Alright, today we're testing the BG EPR, which is a oil detergent, so it should pull all the carbon, all of the sludge, and everything built up in the engine out of the engine. Now, we all know from just past with my particular truck, because this is my truck, I'm not going to test it on somebody else's before we do mine. But we know with my truck that when I accidentally ran the alternative grade oil, which is 520 or 530, I can't remember, I threw a check engine light for timing, which is telling me that my phasers are starting to clog. So we will see what happens when I run this through it. I have a almost completely clean oil pan. There's a little bit of oil still left in it, but it should still do the difference. I'm doing my oil change early, so I have 2,800 miles on the vehicle since my last oil change, so my oil should not be super filthy. But we will see. I'll check it before I fire it up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're just checking color of the oil. We're not checking for anything else. I can't see my camera, but maybe you guys can see that. I have no idea. It's not dark, because as I said, I did it not that long ago. But I want to see if the two products I have will make this motor sound quieter. So this cleans it. The next product helps lubricate it. I did delete my big air stupid silencer there because I hated how it looked. That's the only reason. A couple of PVC caps, a fitting, and a new piece of silicone hose, and that's all it is. It's not going to change your horsepower. It is just going to change the sound. So, yeah. Let me hop in this thing, fire it up. We'll get it idling for 10 minutes. I'll try and play the sound that this thing does because it clacks like a diesel. Don't know if the camera will pick it up. It is completely normal for Toyota. So it's going to be very hard to hear the noise. I don't want to rev it up to make it more pronounced, but there is a slight happening at all times. Yes, my fan is running full tilt. I do not know why. I probably need a new fan blade. Apparently my stereo is on. We'll pause that real quick. Listening to the Browning. Fan starting to die off. The other noise was secondary air injection. As you can hear, maybe put the volume up. Get out there. It's nothing major, nothing worth being upset about. I personally just don't like it. Again, it's all preference, but I want to see if the other product that I have, minus the EPR, can actually quiet that down. So now the goal to clean the engine. We let this idle for 10 minutes. We jack it up, which it's already set up on my lift. All I got to do is hit the button. We drop the skid plate. I forgot to do that. And then we start the oil change. And then we're going to see what happens. I'm going to pull the oil out. We'll inspect the oil in the pan. Remember, it was not that dirty, and my pan is pretty clean. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to film where I drop the oil unless you guys really want me to, because you think I'll cut it or something stupid. But if you want, I'll drop the oil on film. It's going to be tight to see because I'm fat. My lift doesn't go up high with my truck on it, and that's that. You can hear the noise a little bit better inside the wheel well. It's not horrible, but it does rattle when it comes off the revs. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. Shop is an absolute wreck, sorry. Hard part about this is seeing where my awning sits. I don't know why the lift's going up sideways, but whatever. Deal with that later. Alright, truck's up as high as I can go in this garage. Let's get this out of my way. Sorry, I know the headlights are bright, they'll shut off. Landed right underneath the fucking tire. Okay. Since I did forget to take off my skids before this, I don't remember what size because, well, they've all been broken many a times. I have random assortment of nuts and bolts. We need all of this. Creeper. Let's go make a mess of stuff. All right. As I said, there's not much room underneath here. I'm sorry for the view that you guys are going to get. Just throw my cell phone again. Put that there. That out there. That's water. Technically don't need to drop that. There you are. Drop the front one. It's gonna get loud. Sorry. These kids are not quiet. No, I will not put them back in with this. Oil pan. Now, the oil is going to be nice and hot, so we're going to want to be careful with that. I think you were a 14, but it's been too long since I've done you. There you are. Let's grab this. Double check the pan here. Get my second hand up here somehow. There we go. You're sliding. Sorry, I have a big head and these things don't ever fit me the way they should. What's going on here? Where the fuck is that in there like that? Good Lord. What the fuck was I doing last time? This is also why I truly hate creepers, because they move more than I do. Alright. It's hard to tell, because I also didn't bring a light. It doesn't look too dirty. This stuff is supposed to suspend everything in the oil, so that way it comes out almost immediately. The stuff in the filter can kind of stay there a little bit longer, even if it does sink down, because it should all be in the filter. Yeah, it doesn't look entirely too dirty here. Like, it's on my hand. I can still see my skin under it. It's definitely darker than it was on the dipstick, I can tell you that much. But I don't know, maybe I didn't have a dirty engine. It's only got 130,000 on it. The only test after this is to drive it and see how long it lasts, if it takes the noise out when I add the other chemical. I'm sure it does work on a lot of the GDIs, but I mean, I can still see it's amber. I do keep up on my oil changes as much as I can. Oh, there's some stuff that just came out. I didn't take my cap off, I just left it there, so unfortunately we're going to be waiting here. This is a 6.5 quart oil change. What I am going to do is, after this finishes draining, I'm going to crawl out, dip a white rag into the oil so we can see what it actually looks like. Even though what's all over my hand, I mean, it's definitely darker, just not what I was expecting. So once I dip the rag in, I'll be able to tell what's in the pan. That's good enough. It's fucking hot. I'm gonna grab an extension to tighten that. So we are gonna drag this out through all my tools. Oh yeah, it's definitely darker. Alright, so yeah, no, it's a lot darker. We grab a rag here. As you can tell, I'm not really a YouTuber. My shop is always a mess. I have a lot of shit and very little room. Find a white part now that I just did all that. Yep. It's definitely darker. I wouldn't say it's... I mean, it definitely pulled stuff out. Alright, I guess it does work. So, next will be the filter. I am going to shut you guys off for that. And I'll see you when I get the filter out, just because I got to drop that front skid completely. Welcome back. Grabbed a little light. Oil filters up there. Because Toyota likes to use these. Oh, right in the ear. Oh, that's what I get for grabbing. Fucking winner. Of course, the light's right in the way. Let's move you over there. Now, I know my filter housing was loose. I did crack it before we started this video. They are not meant to be held on super tight. I know a lot of people who have to replace to the metal housing. This truck is 130,000 miles on the original housing. I do not mess with the center plug. I understand that makes things a lot dirtier. And we are going to move away. Right on my light. Awesome. Cool tint on the light. Alright. Well, that sucks because I was going to use it. Filter's definitely dirtier than I expected for the mileage on it. So I will say that this is a win for this product, for the cleaner. In a minute, we will check to see if it's a win for the other part of the product. This is leaking just everywhere. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to put this in the bucket because I have nowhere else to move it. I'm going to change out gloves because I fucking hate this. Then we're going to pick this up, clean everything off, get it all back together, put the skid back on, and you guys will see me when I'm adding the next product. Yeah, that's right. You watch me just dunk the whole thing in the oil bucket. Alright, so here's the supplement. Obviously, I'm not going to add oil first because this takes up volume. I don't want to overfill my vehicle. I do run O'Reilly's brand oil. I run it in all of my customers as well. It is a decent oil. It is number 5, I think, on like, you know, good oil fucking index or whatever they call it. For the price point, it's phenomenal. Everything I know about this MOA shit and all of other BG products, this stuff can definitely eat paint. So that's why we're adding it into a giant funnel. Put it right there for now. I don't feel like walking. Alright. So let's fill up the oil. And we'll go from there. See what we come up with. My truck does take 6.5 quarts. Which is a bit more than most at this point in time. Toyota has always done silly things like that. My old Land Cruiser takes 12. See if we can do this without spilling it everywhere. Even with a big funnel, I'll still miss and dump it all over the battery and fuse box. I should pull the dipstick. This truck gets used, so until things become legitimate problems, it doesn't really get checked. Like, I do basic maintenance to it, spark plugs, PCV valves, stuff like that. A couple little modification bullshit things that don't matter. Like I said, I'm not increasing power with that. I just didn't like how it looked. I do have the cover for this engine. It is on the floor. I absolutely hate covers too, but it looks better than what it currently does. Pull this out of the way. That way I don't have any false readings on the dipstick. Just gonna get this full thing, then we're gonna go check fluid level. We're at 6 quarts. I don't think that other thing was a half quart. I didn't even look. Alright, so I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. I'm a hair over the line, and that is okay because right now there's nothing in the filter. So the filter will soak that up. We are going to double check. So we actually might not need... Yeah, we're still a hair over that line. So, happy days. You don't want to be to that very full mark. You don't want to be too far below that very full mark. That reason why there is 2 marks there is so that way it has somewhere to expand. So let's go get this down. We'll get it fired up, let it idle for a bit, see if that noise goes away a little bit. Ugh. I did print all of these hangers. Wish I'd modified it a little bit more so the next run will be different. Because it would be nice if they kind of angled up. Those, even if I need to add another quart. This bolt is now extra. It went right there for the big stupid dongles that hung off this thing. I know some of you would have seen it. All that can go up there. Don't mind my interior, it is filthy. Sorry. Alright. Well, inside the cab, the noise is still there, which is fine. Could be EGR, who knows. But, we'll see. Wait a minute for this to calm down. In we go. Out we come. And we need half a quart. Remember how I said the other was over the line? That's why you can't run them right away. Come on now. you back. You open. The one thing I hate about the Harbor Freight, all of the oil eventually flows down and gets right in there. Makes a huge fucking mess every time. Alright. That's the empty one. Where the hell did I put the full one? Left it up there. Probably going to be slightly over full at this point in time because I did dump out too much of that. But that's alright. Oh, money. Just below the full hatch mark. Perfect. Alright. Do a quick check underneath. Make sure there's not a puddle, which there ain't. And we're good. Oil change done. I gotta go figure out the clunk.